Hi, I'm David Bedlow. I am the Head of Learning and Development at Mortgage Advice Bureau, and I'm here today to give you updates on what we are doing to help advisors and business owners. So to start with, I'm going to talk about the induction programs that we run. We currently run an average of 3 of those a month, and they've been really successful since we changed the program over a year ago to pre-course work, coursework and post-course work, and the advisors are better prepared and we're getting better feedback from our advisors post that program. We also have 2 other ways that we induct people into MAB. The first of these is what's known as the advice workshop. Now this is for people who don't quite meet the criteria of coming on the standard induction. It was formerly known as a returners workshop. It was designed in that way for industry returners. But as we realised that more and more people were joining us with a missing gap, maybe in protection knowledge, maybe they hadn't sourced from a number of lenders, what we decided to do with this programme was to make it modular, so that it applied not only for industry returners but for all of those type of missing niches as well. And advisors come on the relevant modules, and then what that does is it prepares them for the induction programme, and that has enabled businesses to bring a lot more advisors on who perhaps aren't as experienced as ones they would have brought on in the past. And one of our flagship programmes, which continues to grow from strength to strength, is the MAB Academy. So these programmes run over 4 months. They are a combination of learning modules and then on-the-job training with a mentor. And what MAB's Learning Development team provide is, right at the start, a mentors workshop to help get the mentor in the right frame of mind for coaching and for developing, and providing them with all the paperwork that they'll need to do for the on-the-job learning. And then the delegates come from any background whatsoever. They may have worked within the business, maybe as an administrator or a negotiator. They may have never worked in financial services at all, as long as they've got the appetite to want to do the job and that whole will and skill matrix. And the programme itself will have an induction. It will have a module on general insurance, a module on mortgages and a module on protection, and the on-the-job learning happens in between those modules. And we've got some fantastic stories around it. We've got over 150 Academy delegates have come through this programme. We've got people who've gone on to win British Mortgage Awards and gone on to do really well in senior roles since coming through the programme. And we've also, for businesses who bring on the requisite amount of delegates in one go, we are now running Bespoke Academies for that type of a business, which we've started this year with the Romans Leaders Group, and we're also doing with Life Financial. And later on in the year we'll be doing with the Business Miles and Bar, and also a telephone academy with the guys at Brook FS. So this continues to go from strength to strength and gives our businesses a real chance of getting the numbers that they're required to build their business without just having it limited with people who are experienced within financial services. Alongside the work that we do on our induction programs, we're also very active in the field supporting the businesses and advisors that would like learning and development support. This can range from things like lead referral workshops run within estate agencies to get the negotiators and the sales staff to learn more about the Mortgage Advice Bureau proposition so they can talk to clients about it and recommend their advisors. It can be protection workshops within businesses, and I'll come on to something that we're doing that's really exciting in the forthcoming months, or this development of that. It might be with the business owners or the managers and sales leaders within the business, where we've got a really exciting leadership program that's had fantastic feedback from the people who've been on it, and importantly that's enabled some of the businesses to really think differently and enact change within their business that has helped them maybe with recruitment, maybe with retention, maybe with sales figures, maybe with all of that. As I mentioned around how we're developing the protection strategy, from July onwards we're going to be running in tandem with Andy Walton and the sales team a series of regional protection masterclasses, which will look at the new process, some skills and some product knowledge, so a really good meaty day for people to attend, which will help their protection sales. We'll also be following that up later in the year, October-November time, with a Module 2 as well. And anything that we introduce to you that will help protection will build into those workshops. And then going forward, as part of the additional induction programme, we will be running regional North and South protection masterclasses for any delegates that have come off induction, doing that to help their protection knowledge and also responding to the feedback we've had on Induction around wanting more protection knowledge if possible. And finally, just to home in on the fact that we do try and use as many methods of learning as possible. All the things I've mentioned so far are traditional course type learning, but we have a lot of learning available to you that you can do sat at your desk, looking at your iPhone, being on social media. MAB Online is the internal intranet platform that we've got, and hosted on there are a number of fantastic videos that can help you learn about lenders and how to do protection sales. So we have approached a number of lenders, and a number of lenders have actually approached us, niche lenders, to talk about the USPs that they've got, so that our advisors who perhaps know about the mainstream lenders also get a real good learning understanding about where these niche lenders are in the market and what target audience they have, so that you can feel a bit more advised to advise your clients. And on the protection side, as well as the information that we've got from our providers, which we share with you, we have also recorded a number of very successful top protection sellers, so they can tell you in a short bite-sized video what makes them successful. And we've deliberately approached a number of these protection advisors from as many different fields as possible. So this should be somebody who works in exactly the same environment as you do, whether that be a standard mortgage and protection seller from an estate agent, whether working from home, whether you only sell protection, whether you do it only from the telephone, whether you have it handed over to you from a mortgage advisor, or whether it's just the fact that you sell in a specialist area such as new build or buy to let. And one of the other methods we've got to help you with learning is our social media platform. So we have our own learning and development Twitter feed, which is at MAB_learning. We started this around about 2.5 years ago, and as we stand today we have over 2,300 followers, which is a great testimony to the material that we put out through this. You will find through this updates on lenders, you'll find updates on provider information, you will find information on what we are working on, or maybe just little clippets that we think could help you with your learning and development. So we're trying to do as many different things as possible, whichever method of learning suits you. We've got courses, we've got workshops, we've got e-learning, we've got video learning, and we've got a social media platform as well. So hopefully that's been really informative for you, but if you want any more information, please email me, david.bedlow@mab.org.uk, and follow us on our Twitter feed at MAB_learning. Thank you for listening.